We'll see if they pitch Lena any differently. It was a hanging breaking ball. He belted over the left field wall. That got the job done in the first inning. It was first and third at that time. Both teams were playing cat and mouse. All right, who's going to do the best small ball base running? Instead, Lena said, no, I got this. Let me hit a home run. Lena's got 4 this season. He's been hit 7 times, including once last night. And a base hit will give the Dirtbags the lead. 5-5 our score, bottom 3. First pitch is low, ball 1.
Tripped out by Dixon. It will stay with UH. Once again, Evans changing ideas and changing shots, even though he didn't touch that one. Still made his presence felt. As you've seen, Toomey enters in for Hawaii, coming in for Isaac Johnson. We also see Harrison Carrington in for UC Irvine. Inbound to Toomey, 7 on the timer, hands to Erickson. Erickson in the lane, leans in at the low block with 3, twists, Erickson with 2. Erickson fades at the low block, shot off the short iron, no. Rebound tipped in the air to Carrington. UC Irvine leading 4-2, 16:09 here in the half. Dixon above the right wing, moves it to the corner, and Isaac out to the wing, now gets it just above the low block in Carrington, backing in on Namiksha. Carrington leaning in, Namiksha goes down, no whistle, ball loose, back to Carrington. Carrington drives in on Toomey, cut off in the paint, floats it back out to Dixon. Shot clock to 4. Andre Henry in the game with 3, one-handed right Dixon. Can he get the shot off in time? No, ball stripped out. They're going to call it a shot clock violation. I mean, he lost it right after the shot clock expired anyway. It's going to be Hawaii basketball. And through the first 4:16, it has been a defensive showcase. UC Irvine 4, Hawaii 2, 15:44 left in half number 1. You are listening to Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hate your popcorn ceilings? Well, Statewide GC and Construction offers a stretch fabric alternative to removing asbestos-infested ceilings that you will love. Don't be burdened with the danger, mess, and time-consuming process of scraping your ceiling. New Walls Fabric can cover it. New Walls Fabric is safe, cost-effective, and stylish. Most jobs are done in less than a week, and there is no move-out. Statewide GC and Construction is the exclusive dealer of New Walls of Hawaii. Go to statewide.hawaii.com or call 808-689-4115 for details.
Enterprise Truck Rental proudly offers local truck and cargo van rental solutions in Hawaii. For more than 2 decades, Enterprise Truck Rental has been helping customers meet their personal and commercial trucking needs across North America. Enterprise is also committed to delivering exceptional service and promoting a safe and reliable experience. With convenient locations on 4 islands, including Oahu, the Big Island, Maui, and Kauai, the Enterprise Truck Rental Ohana is ready to serve you. Interested in learning more? Visit enterprisetrucks.com today.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
15:44 to go in the half. UC Irvine leading Hawaii 4-2. Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu, brought to you by the Hawaii Ironworkers Union Local 625. Both of these teams here through the first 4 minutes plus, shooting a combined 2 for 13, including 0 for 3 from outside the three-point border. But it has been really defensive struggle. We have seen a lot of late clock possessions. Hawaii has already forced a shot clock violation on one end, and UC Irvine had another possession where they had to get a shot off really toward the last millisecond, if you will, on a possession. But these defenses have been tough so far to open this game. Earlier today, the University of Hawaii women's basketball team lost to UC San Diego. Final score in that game was 60-48. UCSD off to the NCAA tournament, which opens up the first four is later this week. The first round starts on Friday, and that is the likelihood. Maybe there's a team that goes to the WBIT, but there is a likelihood that the Rainbow Wahine season has come to an end with a record of 22-11 and 14-6 in the Big West. Terry Ruledeff checks back in for UH. It's Ruledeff, Toomey, Bullock, Erickson, and checking in Isaiah Kerr, junior from Palo Alto, California. UC Irvine picking up full court off the stoppage as the ball goes to Ruledeff. Throws it into Erickson, who's guarded by Jovan Jester Jr., who checked in off the last dead ball. Gives it to Kerr across the timeline. So all you're going with right now, it's 2 point guard set, and now Bullock almost had it ripped away from by Dixon. Bullock trying to cross over on him. Dixon stays with the ball, nearly jarred free, then stripped away by Dixon and taken away. Dixon 2-on-2 goes up and misses the lay-in. Tap back, no. Third chance by Evans, no, but we've got a foul, and it's going to be in the act of shooting on the putback. It's going to go against Toomey. And that is the one area right now where Hawaii has not been clean all season, and that is turnovers. That's the second in Henry, who had the second chance opportunity off the miss. Heading to the free throw line, grad student from La Cañada, Flint Ridge, California, at 6'4", 190. First one for Henry, good. 5-2. Anteaters. Isaac Johnson back in for Toomey. And you're already seeing kind of the early strategy here for UH, mixing and matching bigs all the time. I mean, we saw our first sub less than a minute in. Second one for Henry, good. Anteaters 6, Rainbow Warriors 2. Once again, the court pressure on. The inbound is into Erickson. And they'll let him bring it up the floor. Started by Jovan Jester Jr. High left, Ruledeff taps it to the far sideline, and Bullock back between the rings. Erickson. Now Johnson at the free throw line right. Takes a long two, misses short. Long rebound goes out to Jester. Up ahead, UC Irvine. Jester dribbles toward the short corner right. Cut off, looks inside. Finds Nessa Manike, lost the basketball, recovers in the paint. Throws it out, taken out of the air by Bullock. It was a pass too short for Dixon. Then Bullock driving. He's fouled before the shot. Russell Turner's livid. I think more about the turnover than it is the foul. Let's see who they give the foul to here. It's going to go on Jester. That's number 1 on him. Nessa Manike in for UCI, 6'10" freshman from Cameroon. And they are going to say this is in the act of shooting. So Bullock will shoot a pair. First for Dre is in. 6'3", UC Irvine, 14:49 left in the half. All-conference second team selection is announced earlier this week. Scored 9 the last time these two teams got together, but was 1 of 10 from the floor. Second free throw, around and in. Hawaii within 2. Now the post putting up full court pressure. There's a trap on Jester. Ball knocked in the air by Ruledeff. Steals it, lay in, no. Gets his own rebound. Put back, no. Short-armed it. Loose ball in the paint. Kerr tried to rip it out from Carrington, and we'll get a held ball. Possession arrow is going to keep it with the UH. Hawaii employs the trap, got the turnover. Ruledeff couldn't finish at the rim, but boy, the physicality in the paint trying to get the loose ball. As Erickson floats the pass into Johnson, fakes the 16-footer, now fires over Emenike and knocks it down. We're tied at 6. 14:34 here in the half. Johnson gets on the board. Henry brings it into the front court. Over an Emenike screen. One hands his pass right wing. Jester Jr. gets another screen. Kerr stays with it. Now pass to Dixon. Dribbling to the baseline. Cut off by Bullock. Back out high left Jester. 12 to timer. Drives and kicks right wing Henry. Guarded by Erickson. Up top to Dixon. Drives by Bullock. Dixon in the lane. Leading 2 from 10. That's around and out. Rebound grab by Bullock is Rulideff and Carrington were twisted up right near the baseline. Bullock the other way off of Johnson's screen. Leaning at the free throw line. Trying to throw it out for Johnson. He floats it out. And now between the rings, Rulideff. Chest pass far wing goes to Kerr. One hands it up top. Johnson dishes inside for Rulideff, who is fouled from behind on a reach in by Harrison Carrington, his first. These two teams are not afraid to body up with one another, and we're seeing it here in the first few minutes. Bullock out, Finlayson back in. Evans is in again for UC Irvine, and so is Elijah Chol, who missed the last game between these two teams due to injury. Chol is in there, so you got the 7-footer with the 6'10 Evans. This is a tall lineup. Inbound Johnson takes the 16-footer. That's around and out off the left side of the free throw line, and Chol gets the rebound and outlets it to Devin Saran, who re-entered the game at the stoppage. Saran between the big rings. Underhands it left to Jester off of Evans' screen. Jester away from his screen, driving on Kerr, cut off, fades to the baseline, and knocks one down from 11 feet to give UC Irvine the lead back. It's 8-6. 13-22 here in half number one. Good defense by Kerr. That's just a better shot. Erickson twists away from his defender who fell to the ground, looks inside Johnson, turns, leans. Kerr to Johnson, top of the arc. Open for three. Off the back iron. Rebound, Rulideff. Ripping it out of the paint and getting it out to the corner. Finlayson, drive, reverse lane, too strong. Johnson, offensive rebound. Put back, no good as he hits the deck. UC Irvine gets the board, and they've got numbers 5-on-4. Jester right side wing, leans in on Kerr, up for two. Blocked by Rulideff. And here comes Finlayson. 3-on-3, now 3-on-4. Slows it down and gives it to Kerr. That is already the second block for Hawaii here in the half. Kerr to Rulideff. Angle three, right. Got it! 11-8 Hawaii, 12 minutes left in the half. That three brought to you by Dial Electric Supply. They see the light. Rulideff, the captain, had a big game yesterday quietly. And he has been physical in this game so far. Henry, near side wing, has it for UCI. Driving on Kerr, stops at the elbow, slings it underneath. Chol goes reverse, misses the two. And then Johnson and Evans trying for the loose ball. It got lodged between the backboard and the rim. And we'll get the held possession because it was lodged in there. The arrow is going to give it to UC Irvine. 11:39 here in the half. They call that a wedgie in basketball. They do, trust me. 11-8 Hawaii, 11:39 left in the half. You are listening to Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Here's the dream. Keep doing what you love. What drives you? What's your passion? Whether you're catching waves, climbing mountains, or playing with the grandkids, the choices you make now can help you keep living your life your way. At Hawaii Pacific Health, we're here to help you live healthier with preventive care and a personalized approach. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife.
Since 1940, the Hawaii Ironworkers Union Local 625 has been servicing and supporting our local sports community. As members, they would like to wish all the student athletes a successful and memorable sports season. Hawaii Ironworkers Union Local 625, where steel is real.
Oh, we have our 68 teams in the big dance, but who is going to be the last team standing? That and so much more in the Reggae Monday mod. Freddie and Harry with me, Freddie Coleman and Harry Douglas. Tune in weekdays at noon on ESPN Honolulu and the ESPN Honolulu app.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
If you're looking to find out right now who is the most physical team of the two, the answer's been easy. It's been Hawaii, but both of these teams have been fighting with one another in the paint. Hawaii's got the 11-8 advantage with 11:39 to go here in the first half. Rebounds, Hawaii's ahead in that, 12-11, 6-3 on the offensive glass. UC Irvine actually has more turnovers than UH here in the half. 4-2, the turnover number. Other than that, most of these numbers are even. Here's the other thing, though. Offense, not great. Hawaii, 4 of 17 to start this game. UC Irvine is 2 of 12. They're showing the Hunter Erickson winner on ESPN2. That's the game that really kind of jump-started or maybe ignited a little bit of the animosity between the two, if you will. You hit the big winner, a little bit of trash talk afterwards. UC Irvine gave it right back in the return meeting on January 29th. Inbound coming in from Jovan Jester Jr. for UCI. They throw it in baseline right for Henry. Quickly into the post and Evans. He's got the smaller Ruledeff on him. Evans backing in, turning, right-hand hook. That's short. Clanked it in front of the near rim. Rebound goes to Ruledeff. Harry Ruledeff has had a strong defensive start to this game. Kerr the other way. Goes to the top of the arc. Passes near wing. Ruledeff will dribble in the lane. Lane clears. Ruledeff 2. That's partially blocked on the way up. Loose ball goes to Jester. And quickly ahead goes Saran for UCI. Crossover on Finlayson. Floater left of the lane. Too strong off the back rim. Loose ball ends up right in the hands of Ruledeff, who picks up his game-high 5th rebound already with 9 minutes elapsed in the half. Kerr tried to use a Ruledeff screen. Couldn't really handle his dribble. Gave it to Nemitra. Back to Kerr. Drives on Henry. Stops in the paint. Almost lost the ball again. Back out Erickson. Right angle 3. That's an air ball out of bounds. And it will go to UCI. Hawaii starting this game 4 of 19 from the floor. Erickson's going to come out. Dre Bullock is going to come into the game. A little bit of different looks here for Hawaii. You rarely see Erickson and Kerr on the floor putting full court pressure. Inbound goes into Saran. Hawaii hasn't shown the trap, and they won't show it here, as Saran will bring it across the timeline, attacking the goal to our left. One hands it, high slot for Isaac. Moves it back to the right wing. Back in on Ruledeff. Twist, lost the basketball off his knee. It goes out of bounds. Boy, Ruledeff's getting the tough assignment here with Johnson not in the game, getting some rest. And he's had Evans, and Evans has had one difficult shot short and one turnover with Ruledeff on his back. Kerr floats his pass to Ruledeff, top of the arc. Evans gives him space. Now to Bullock. Bullock off the screen. Leans left of the lane. Pull up 13. Bullock knocks it down. Hawaii has a 5-point advantage. 13-8. 10:08 left here, a running first half clock. Isaac off of one screen. A second from Evans. Keeps the dribble. Moves to the right side corner. Henry. And now far wing Carrington. Hands it back to Henry. Penetrates to the short corner. Cut off by Finlayson. Right wing Saran. Got Bullock in the air. Now it's 3 over Finlayson. Knocks it down. First 3 for the Anteaters. They get back within 2. 13-11. 9:45 here in the half. Kerr dribble handoff left Finlayson. His pass for Bullock is low and it skips underneath his hand. And a careless turnover for UH. Hawaii has had too many of those over the course of the year. He kind of slipped as he made the pass, but still, that pass was not clean at all. That'll be the Anteaters bringing it in. Isaac, chest pass across midcourt, high left for Saran. Against Bullock, uses a late screen, drives on him, stumbles, trips, and is called for steps. That's a great job by Bullock. He had to fight off the screen, still was able to stay right in front of him, and that forced the offensive player to stumble and ultimately hit the deck. Ruledeff, slot left on the flare screen, now right goes to Kerr. Kerr back up top, finds Bullock, now into the paint. Ruledeff twisting on Evans, up right hand hook, that falls in. Harry Ruledeff v. Kyle Evans. Right now, it's Ruledeff winning that battle. 15-11, 9:05 in the half. Isaac leaning in left of the lane. His shot way off the mark, too strong. Again, challenged by Bullock. And Finlinson will bring it up himself far side of the court. Finlinson gets a Ruid F screen, keeps the dribble, drives, leans on Evans, turns, bounce past Namiksha underneath, is blocked by Evans. Oh, wow, they're going to say out of bounds, last touch by Namiksha. The official said Evans didn't touch it. And Hawaii looked at it and said, you know what, we're not going to challenge. That's, I guess the eye fools you from here. But Hawaii saw it and said, you know what, we can't win that challenge. Basically, Namiksha just lost it out of his hands trying to avoid Evans, who changes yet another shot. Surratt high slot right, 12 to shoot. Slings it to Dixon left, goes away from his defender, drives Dixon to the rim, pushes in a 2 off the glass right over Namiksha to make it 15-13. Hawaii a 2-point lead, 8:21 here in the first 20. Kerr, hard dribble near side wing, and is bumped by Isaac. That caused Kerr to kind of float almost out of bounds. He had to kind of be off balance and keep the ball in play. Isaac's going to pick up his first foul, and that will lead to some subs for UH. Johnson out, or Johnson in, Erickson in for UH. Kerr and Namiksha leave. So Hawaii back to its original starting 5. Chol comes in for UC Irvine for Carrington. So this is the tall front court with Chol and Evans in the game. Inbound comes into Erickson with 20 to shoot. Erickson leans in, gets a foul here. Johnson was trying to set a screen. He took a shot on the screen attempt. He's up. Who are they going to give the foul to? It's on UC Irvine. I haven't seen a number given just yet. They're going to give it to Isaac. And that's his second. I mean, he just took contact to the waist. Isaac's arm extended a little bit. That's just physical basketball. And Isaac taking the foul just got punished for it. Now we'll see Emenike come in here for UC Irvine for Evans. As Bullock will enter it in, far sideline, right at the edge of the Anteater bench. Finds Erickson. UC Irvine now in a 2-3 zone. High post left, Johnson skips it right wing. Finlinson open for 3. That's off the left rim. Ruida fighting for the offensive rebound. Couldn't get it, but Dixon knocked it out of his hands. It stays with UC Irvine, or stays with Hawaii, I beg your pardon, and a fresh 20 to shoot. Hawaii has been the better offensive rebounding team so far. Erickson looking into the corner left. Finlinson fakes for 3. Twists around, goes to Bullock. Drives on Saran. Bullock in the lane. Hangs. Misses the 2. Tip up in the air. Almost went in off of Johnson's arm. And maybe a UC Irvine player as well got his hand in there. And up ahead comes the Anteaters, trailing by 2. Jovan Jester, top of the arc. Crossover dribble, knocked free by Erickson, but Jester recovers and gives it to Dixon coming to it. Off an Emenike screen. Dixon stops at the right high post. Moves it across the floor left. Jester driving on Erickson. Turns, fades to the baseline. And that, was it touched? That's the question. The officials are going to talk about it. Jester thought that ball was partially blocked. The officials will say no. It was just a bad angle on the shot. It goes off the back of the backboard and out of bounds. It will be Hawaii basketball when we return. We've got 7:32 to play here in the first half. Hawaii's ahead 15-13. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
At Dow Electric Supply, we're your local-based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of BMW performance without a single piston or cylinder. A generation of all-electric vehicles designed and built like no other. The BMW iX, i7, and i4 revolutionize every drive into a thrilling opportunity to feel the pure rush of BMW 100% electric. But isn't that what you could expect from the ultimate electric driving machine?
Find your BMW today with a test drive at BMW of Honolulu.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
7:32 to play in the half. Hawaii leading UC Irvine 15-13. Lots going on with University of Hawaii athletics. Coming up after we're done, it is Rainbow Warrior Volleyball, Hawaii, and number 1 UCLA. Our coverage begins at 6:45 here on ESPN Honolulu with Rainbow Warrior Countdown. First serve just after 7 o'clock. And then we've got baseball going on right now. That's over on the new 1420, Hawaii's News and Sports. We've seen a lot of offense already in this series between these two teams. And then tomorrow, it was just announced earlier today, volleyball will make up that match with Lewis, 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon from Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. And softball, trying to make up the suspended game on Friday against Cal State Fullerton, will finish that game at 11 a.m., and then they're going to play the scheduled doubleheader after that. So softball is going to play 2.5 games Sunday over at Rainbow Wahine Softball Stadium. Check it out if you can. Weather has really impacted a lot of things here surrounding University of Hawaii athletics. We hope we can see you at some of those events. We also hope you can stay safe if you decide to go out, drive around, and make it to one of those events. It'll be Hawaii basketball going the length of the floor, left to right on your device as the inbound goes into Bullock. UC Irvine in a man defense as Bullock crosses the timeline. Finds Erickson coming to it between the big rings. Erickson, hard dribble left on Jester, kicks to the corner. Johnson 3, got it. Isaac Johnson, a little bit of a kiss to the bench. Hawaii's got a 5-point lead. It's 18-13, 7:08 to play in the half. Jester off the screen, dribbling right side of the paint. Gets cut off at the baseline, back out for Dixon. Couldn't hold on to the pass. It's off his hands. It's out of bounds. And Dixon and Jester talking with one another, trying to get on the same page. That ball was touched by Finlinson, but then off of Jester's hands right after that. See some more subs. Carrington is in the game. Henry is in for UC Irvine with Saran, Evans, and Dixon. As Erickson brings it across midcourt for UH. Guarded by Saran. Rulinev slips the screen he was going to set. Erickson drives. Johnson wants another 3. Bang! 2 in a row from Big Fish. 21-13, Hawaii by 8. 6:43 left in the half. Carrington between the rings for UC Irvine. Moves backward high left, Henry. Carrington slips the screen. Henry drives, paint right. Ball ripped out by Bullock, taken away off the floor. Johnson has the loose ball. Hawaii's got all the momentum right now, up by 8. Erickson walking it forward. Johnson will set a screen. Slips it. Up top, Johnson deflected and taken away by Saran. He read the pass and gets the lay in the other end. They knew exactly what Hawaii wanted to do. Johnson slipped the screen, come out to the top of the arc for the 3, and Saran raced over and cut it off and took it the rest of the way. 21-15 Hawaii, 6 minutes left in the half. Erickson dribbling top of the arc. Lost it again. Saran, another takeaway. 3-on-1. Erickson reaches his hand in and will be called for a foul. Hawaii thought it should have been a jump ball, but Erickson commits the personal, and that's 2 turnovers in a row on the University of Hawaii. That's 5 now here on UH. Saran to the line. And Saran picked his pocket on the crossover dribble. That led to the takeaway. First free throw for Saran. Good. 21-16. Johnson out. Toomey in for UH. Turnover number 8 for UC Irvine. 5 for UH. Really not good either side. Saran, big deep breath. Second free throw is in. 21-17. Bows by 4. 5:52 left here in half number 1. Erickson jogging forward, leans in on Evans, top of the key, moves it angle left to Toomey, back to Erickson, open right wing, 3, clanks off the back rim, rebound, tip, loose to Bullock. His second chance is blocked by Evans. Hawaii wondering if that should have been goaltending. Back comes Henry near side for UC Irvine. Henry almost carried it on the dribble, tried to hand it off, knocked free. Now to Evans inside his 2. That might have been blocked off the backboard by Toomey. To the near side baseline, Dixon, 17-footer, that's good. Anteaters get within 2, 21-19, 5:15 remaining here in the half. And we'll get a timeout called by Hawaii. The turnovers starting to build. UC Irvine starting to build momentum. Ron not wanting to use a timeout before it gets any worse. 21-19, Hawaii leading UCI. 5:13 left in the half. What are the stakes if you're just tuning in? The winner is off to the NCAA tournament. Likely not going to find themselves in the first 4. Hawaii's not that low of a seed of an automatic qualifier and not high enough to be in one of those, or Hawaii or UC Irvine, not high enough to be in one of those 12v12s in order to get into the full bracket. The loser off to the NIT, where, as Dan Butterly confirmed to us earlier, would host the NIT first round matchup. Of course, as cool as it would be to have an NIT game on campus at the University of Hawaii, that's not what anybody is hoping for by the conclusion of this game. Hawaii will inbound far sideline right near the UCI bench. Dillonson will be the one to bring it in. And gets it into Zay Kerr. Naviksha's back into the game for UH. Kerr dribbling left, finds Bullock, free throw line extended, bounces it into Rulidev. Back it in on Evans, draws help. Rulidev goes reverse on Evans and gets the lane to go for 2. Harry Rulidev has had a strong first half, 7.6 rebounds. It's 23-19 Hawaii. 4:51 remaining in the half. Henry above the left wing, one-hand pass up top to Evans. Around the perimeter right, Saran. Driving on Bullock, leaning in, hanging his 2. Misses. Naviksha rips the rebound away from Saran and gets it away to Bullock. Bullock racing into the front court left. Shakes Henry, drives, stripped out of his hands, but it's a reach-in foul. That's going to go on the Anteaters. Hawaii, where they have been impressive in a way in this game, as Henry picks up his first foul. Evans has gotten his. I mean, he's got 2 blocks already, but he hasn't scored. They're going to call this in the act of shooting, so Dre Bullock's going to shoot 2 free throws. I'll finish the point here on Evans in a moment as Bullock rolls around the first, 24-19. But Rulidev has taken it right at Evans with no fear, but he's also played solid defense on Evans when he's had that matchup. Harry Rulidev has been the big difference maker. Second free throw for Bullock, all net. Lead back to 6, 25-19. As Carrington leaves for UCI and Andre Henry replaces him. Hawaii got a great outing from Rulidev last night. Scored 16 points, grabbed 10 rebounds, his first double-double of the season, second of his career. And he is kind of motoring toward that right now. Dixon off of an Evans pick, twists and lane on Rulidev, goes up for 2. Evans got a piece of the wrist on the lane attempt and will be called for his second foul. And all of the praise that we have given to Harry Rulidev, all of a sudden now you've got the big warning lights flashing right in front of you. Hawaii's best player to this point in the first half now is saddled with his second foul. And Isaac Johnson is going to wait at the scorer's table, likely to come in for him. Jury and Dixon shooting 2 free throws. First one, good. 25-20. Out Rulidev in Johnson. Dixon averaging 12.5 in the 2 meetings against Hawaii this year. Scored 19 points and grabbed 10 rebounds for his first and only double-double of his career back on January 29th. Second free throw rips the cord. It's 25-21 UH. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left in the half. UCI is back in his zone. It's a 1-2-2 zone. They'll go high post left Johnson. Skip pass right for Bullock. Knocked out of the air by Dixon. Dixon racing up the floor. Goes right wing Henry. Back Dixon at the angle. He drives left and we'll get a foul here. A blocking foul on Johnson. Extended out an arm. Kind of an arm bar on the drive. First on Johnson. You kind of wonder, you're watching how UC Irvine is playing Hawaii's half-court offense, and UCI is starting to know and figure out what Hawaii wants to do, and that's led to a couple of these turnovers, the 6 that Hawaii has had. Kerr and Henry battling before the ball even enters in. Namiksha jockeying for position with Jester, again, before the ball even gets in. Inbound from Surratt, goes in baseline to Evans. Back to Surratt. Gets in the lane, leads on Bullock. Surratt off balance 2, no. Ball tipped out, it goes to Dixon. Evans was the one that tipped it out about 23 feet away from the rim. Crossover from Jester, leaning on Namiksha, floating 2, no. Rebound Evans, put back, pushes it off the window and goes in. 25-23 Hawaii, 3:42 left in the first 20. Kerr looks back at Brad Davidson, who calls out the half-court play off a screen. Pass near side, Bullock open 3. That's off the short iron. Rebound one-handed by Johnson. Leans, goes up for 2. Got that to go. He knew when Evans would be flat-footed, that's when he put it up and got the putback to drop. 12 for Isaac Johnson, 27-23 Hawaii, 3:17 to play in the half. Henry between the big rings. Finds Dixon coming to the basketball to his right. Works off an Evans screen, off the dribble for 3. Splash! Durian Dixon with his first triple. That puts him in double digits, and UCI's within 1. 27-26, under 3 to go in the half. Kerr clears Bullock away. Now moves the ball far side of the court to Finlayson. Back to Kerr. Now Namiksha top of the arc. Left Finlayson, long 3. That barely hits the front rim for about 26 feet. Evans easily gets the rebound. Jester running the other way. Stripped out of his hands. Finlayson's got the loose ball. Doesn't have the numbers, so he'll slow it down in the front court. Bullock almost lost it. Now has Evans. Back to Johnson. Leads it on Jester. Turning, looking to the corner. Finlayson, tough angle 3. That's around. No. Rebound. Fought for. And we get a foul on Johnson with a grab on Evans. All of a sudden now Isaac Johnson's got 2 fouls. He's got 2. Ruley Def's got 2. There is 2:22 left in the half. Hawaii 27, UC Irvine 26. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Hi, this is Eddie. I'm the lead lumber for Hardware Hawaii in Kailua. I like helping customers find what they need. It's not like another stranger just shopping here. My customers are like my friends, and then I just help them all, and I feel good, and it just makes my day. We're out here in the lumberyard ready to serve you.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Since 1940, the Hawaii Ironworkers Union Local 625 has been servicing and supporting our local sports community. As members, they would like to wish all the student athletes a successful and memorable sports season. Hawaii Ironworkers Union Local 625, where steel is real.
Coming up Monday, the brackets are out. I will give my reaction to the brackets. Hopefully we'll see the University of Hawaii mentioned and listed, but a lot to talk about regarding college basketball.
Gary Dickman, weekday mornings 5 to 7 a.m. on ESPN Honolulu. This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
2:22 left in the half. Hawaii 27, UC Irvine 26. There are 8 tickets left to punch for the NCAA tournament, which starts next Tuesday with the first 4. By the time we get to the end of our game, it will be down to 7. The ACC is underway right now on ESPN television. This game being on ESPN2 at the moment on the TV side. It's Duke with a 70-68 lead on Virginia. 12 seconds to go. Both of those teams will likely go. Virginia's a 10 seed in the ACC tournament. Duke trying to hold them off and secure a spot and probably avoid any bubble conversation for Virginia. That game going on right now. Here, we have had a physical matchup between Hawaii and UC Irvine. Rebounding, Hawaii have been winning that battle. All of a sudden, it's all square 21. Although Hawaii better on the offensive glass, 10-6. But both of these teams offensively, 30% or less. UCI 30.8, Hawaii 29.4. But maybe jot down this note here with 2:22 left in the half. Isaac Johnson and Harry Rulidev both with 2 fouls. Rulidev has played very well, 7.6 rebounds in just over 12 minutes. Johnson, 12 points, has knocked down a couple of threes in over 11 minutes. But the question, do you keep them sitting for the remainder of this half? Toomey and Namiksha's in. Part of you kind of wonders, well, maybe if it gets down to one final possession, maybe you bring them in if you get it off of a stoppage. Hawaii's already used its use it or lose it 30. Evans to the free throw line, shooting 1 and 1. Front end away and good, and we're tied at 27. For a big man, Kyle Evans, a good free throw shooter, just over 78%. Big West Defensive Player of the Year, all Big West first team selection. Second for Evans, that's in as well. And UC Irvine has the lead, 28-27, 2:22 remaining in half number 1. Erickson across midcourt, pass left for Bullock, almost poked away by Dixon. Bullock drives on, leans in, reverse lane. Nope, they're going to dish it out right wing for Kerr. He'll penetrate in the lane, floating 2 over Evans around and in. Bullock thought about the reverse lane, and at the last moment, seeing that Evans was just hovering over him, kind of had an awkward pass to the near wing for Kerr. Kerr saw a lane to the rim and he took it. Hawaii back ahead 29-28, 1:51 in the half. Dixon leaning inside the arc right, goes to the wing, and Henry off the screen from Evans. Kerr goes to the ground. Henry pull up 2 in the paint, clanks off the back iron. Toomey comes up with the rebound, and you'll give it up to Kerr. Once again, they slow into a half-court offense. Kerr standing high left against Henry. Toomey sets the screen. They go away from it. Right to Namiksha. Back across left to Kerr. Drives on Henry. Kerr leaning in. Draws contact from Evans. Right into his chest. Still gets the 2 off the window. Hawaii by 3. Kerr coming up big here off the bench with 1:15 left in the half. Jester running right into Dixon. Gives him the basketball. One-handed across the floor left to Andre Henry. Now Evans top of the arc. Dribbling left. Makes the DHO. Toomey right on him. Evans gave up the dribble. Back between the rings, Jester. Jester crosses over right, leaning on Namiksha. Stumbles, kicks to the corner, Henry. Shot clock's at 5. Henry twists. Henry leads. Shot misses. Rebound inside goes to Evans. Stripped out by Toomey. He gets the loose ball. And Hawaii, with a 21-second difference on game and shot clock, doesn't look like they're going to try to go 2 for 1 here. Kerr walking it forward. Hard drive left, gets by Henry, bounce pass right for Toomey. Leaning in on Evans, lost the basketball. Taken away by Jester. Jester in the lane, drives, floating, hanging, 2 off the window in. 31-30 UH. Shot clock off here with 23 seconds left in the half. Erickson across midcourt, Jester's right on him. Now comes the double. Erickson's got to get it a bit away. Rips between the 2, goes to midcourt, finds Namiksha. Bounce pass right near the sideline, Bullock. UC Irvine forcing the pressure here. They bring the trap. Bullock drives, lost the ball on his way into the paint. Loose to Toomey, throws it out. Erickson, save near midcourt. No, it's going to go beyond. And then we're going to get a over and back call on UH. Jester collides with Erickson at midcourt, and that stops the clock. UC Irvine's defense forcing the turnover, and they will have 1.5 on the clock. Or will they look to see if the clock is correct? One of our officials is at the table. They're going to add time. It's going to be 1.9 on the clock. So 4/10 added. Is UC Irvine going to use a timeout here? They are. So UC Irvine's going to use its use it or lose it 30. Might as well here. You have 1.9 for the lead to take into the locker room. So this makes it a significant possession. And when you think about it too, there are a couple of things you could do here. you could look to try to lob it because the ball's going to be inbounded right in your midcourt. You could look to try to lob it in toward the low block if you want to get Evans flashing down there and try to lob it into the post and get a quick shot there. That, especially with Johnson and Rulineff with foul trouble, that might be the best thing you can do. Or if that's taken away, Dixon's capable of shooting off the bounce. Our officials are at the monitor now for whatever reason one more time. Whatever it is, they're good with where we are. Yeah, Hawaii, without Johnson and Rulineff, that kind of makes that idea of an entry into the low post a little more feasible. Dixon will inbound. Watch for Evans. He's at the high post near side. Dixon inbound. Throws it out. Saran. Angle left three. That's off the left iron. Misses. And that's going to be the end of the half. A little surprising of a look, given that there were some obvious matchup advantages that UC Irvine had to work with. They go with the off-balance three off of an off-ball screen on the inbound, and it doesn't ultimately work out. But it has been a test of wills here through the first 20 minutes. Hawaii 31, UC Irvine 30 here at the break. We'll come back with more in a moment. You are listening to Hawaii Basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Ready for UH football, man?
Yep, check this out.
Oh.
The round sound. That works.
Whoa. I ready, bro.
Yeah, watch this.
How come the blender went off?
Huh?
The blender in the kitchen went off, bro.
Nah.
Try again.
Oh, man.
Okay, we can make some like a fruit smoothies.
When you want your home or business wired right, call a unionized electrical contractor. 847-5341.
IBEW, local 1186, lighting the path to the future.
Aloha, UH football fans. Join us on April 14th for the 32nd annual Nakoa Ed Wong Memorial Brotherhood Grinds Golf Tournament. We'll have great Nakoa swag, including rangefinders, polos, and jackets for each golfer, outstanding grinds, and killer prizes. Support our UH football team and the Brotherhood Grinds by signing up your team today. For more information, see the events tab at nakoa.org. Go Bows!
Superheroes are everywhere, and you'll find these everyday heroes at 535 Plumbing LLC.
My superhero fixed my overflowing toilet fast and effectively. He explained the problem and took care of everything.
If you need a superhero, call 535 Plumbing for drain cleaning, faucet installs, pipe repair, water heater replacement, new flow pipe relining, repiping, and new construction. Look to 535 Plumbing, everyday superheroes with 24-hour emergency service and repair. Go to 535plumbing.com today.
In the automotive industry, time and trust mean everything. Miss an electrical problem, and it can mean big problems for your operation. That's why Napa believes in testing the 5 critical components in every vehicle: the battery, starter, alternator, relay, and serpentine belt. And why we deliver the parts, tools, and expertise you need to catch problems before they become breakdowns. So test every vehicle and trust the name that keeps your bays busy and your business moving full speed ahead.
Napa know-how.
Not all filters are created equal. That's why pros choose Napa Gold. Filters built for performance, protection, and reliability. Every Napa Gold filter is engineered to meet or exceed OE specifications, delivering the quality and confidence your shop depends on while preventing costly comebacks. Raise the bar in your shop with the filters trusted by professionals and drivers who expect more. Napa Gold, the gold standard in every vehicle.
Napa know-how.
When pain gets in the way of everyday life, it affects more than how you move. It changes how you show up for your family and your life. At Queens Orthopedics and Spine, patients receive nationally recognized care and advanced treatments to help them recover faster with better outcomes. So you can enjoy morning walks, get back in the game, and move comfortably again. Because at Queens, recovery is about more than healing. It's about getting back to life. Learn more at queens.org/ortho.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
Red Panda has a lot of this crowd engaged here at the half. The tricks with the Bulls, it's been a lot of fun Hawaii's got a 31-30 lead here at the break on UC Irvine. While we have a second, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Credit Union 1 Big West Men's Basketball Championship on ESPN Honolulu.
This is ESPN Honolulu, KHKA AM 1500 and K224FR Honolulu, 92.7 FM.
Josh Pacheco, our great crew here in Henderson, Nevada. Hawaii 31, UC Irvine 30. The winner to the NCAA tournament and champion of the Big West tournament. The loser hosts an NIT matchup next week. Some of the numbers here through the first 20 minutes. Hawaii shooting 12 of 36, 33%, 3 of 13 from outside the arc, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. The real standouts here for UH in this game has been Isaac Johnson and Harry Rulidev, but they both have 2 fouls. That's the big problem. Johnson, 12 points, 5 of 10 shooting, 2 of 5 from distance, 7.6 rebounds for Harry Rulidev in just over 12 minutes. Dre Bullock has scored 6. That has kind of helped the cause, but he is 1 of 5 from the floor. And the last time these two teams met, he was 1 of 10. Had a really tough time getting to the rim against this UC Irvine defense. He's having that same kind of trouble right now. Hawaii is out rebounding UC Irvine 23-22, 10-7 on the offensive glass. And maybe a notable number for me, points in the paint. One of the reasons why I've kind of felt like UH has maybe done better than many would expect against UC Irvine and Evans and all the trouble he causes in the paint. Hawaii's outscoring UC Irvine in the paint 14-8 here in the first 20 minutes. The Anteaters are 9 of 30, 30%, 2 of 4 from distance, perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Jury and Dixon, 11 points, 3 steals for UCI, 9 for Darren Saran, 2 of 8 shooting, 1 of 2 from outside of the arc. Kyle Evans has been held to 4 points and 5 rebounds in just over 17 minutes. Turnovers, UC Irvine, I remember that last game UC Irvine played, and it was against UC Davis, the final day of the regular season, and UC Irvine had a bunch of turnovers in the first half. They did a better job in the second half, recovered from a double-digit deficit, and ultimately came back to win that game in overtime. Hawaii's kind of had that similar problem. Turnovers in the first half that have been costly. They get a little cleaner in the second half and find ways to win games. 9 turnovers for UC Irvine, 8 of them for Hawaii in the first 20 minutes. The other hustle number that stands out to me, fast break points, is 12-2 in favor of UCI. Red Panda just finished up her performance. That was cool. You'll see part of that on video, the part that we weren't on the air for, because the best part was while we were on the air. That was one of the big attractions. They had the Big West dunk team at halftime for the women's game. Red Panda here for this game. But we've still got a highlight attraction coming up in the second half. Hawaii 31, UC Irvine 30. More in a moment. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
This place they call paradise, I call my own. Blessed to be born and raised local ground.
With hotels, condo resorts, and vacation rentals on 5 Hawaiian islands, Castle Resorts and Hotels is a Kama'aina favorite. When you need a place to stay to attend a tournament, family function, or a golf getaway, visit castleresorts.com for special Kama'aina rates.
H-A-W-A, 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 there ain't no other place like these islands.
Castle Resorts and Hotels. Born in Hawaii, built on hospitality. Inspired by Aloha.
H-A-W-A,
Think your teen is ready for the big leagues? Start with their own checking account. At Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, their Advantage account helps young adults learn how to manage money, use a debit card, track spending, and build smart habits before they head off to college or their first job. No bench warmers here, just real-world skills, mobile banking, and the confidence to call their own financial plays. Get them game ready for adulthood. Visit highfivecu.com today and open a Teen Advantage account. Play smart, bank smarter, for life. Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union accounts open to Oahu and Maui residents. Federally insured by NCUA.
I'm Hal.
I'm Jerry.
I'm Kehao.
We got your lumber.
We've got your hardware.
Bring your lumber list.
Email us your list.
Bring me your blueprint.
We've got you covered.
Get a quote from us.
Itagyutilista nyo kanya.
Get a quote from us.
Get a quote from us.
We've got you covered.
We love our customers.
Go where the contractors go. Hardware Hawaii. Contractor's choice.
Are you tired of driving in traffic to and from work day after day? Well, Enterprise can help you reimagine your commute. Commute with Enterprise and ride in comfort in a recent model SUV or van. Share a ride with coworkers while saving money and getting time back to spend how you want. Visit commutewithenterprise.com to join an existing van pool or to start one of your own. Commute with Enterprise. Let's ride together.
Since 1940, the Hawaii Ironworkers Union Local 625 has been servicing and supporting our local sports community. As members, they would like to wish all the student athletes a successful and memorable sports season. Hawaii Ironworkers Union Local 625, where steel is real.
Monday on Let's Talk Sports, we recap the Big West basketball tournament.
And I'm going to wear shoes to the show.
What?
Dancing shoes.
Tune in starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Honolulu, Hawaii's sports leader. This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
31-30, Hawaii leading UC Irvine here at half. As Bo's back on the floor, coming from the tunnel back to our left. If you're looking for University of Hawaii baseball, that's over on the new 1420 Hawaii's News and Sports. Long Beach State leading Hawaii 7-5. That game is in the top of the sixth inning. What can UH build on in the second half? Brought to you by Statewide GC and Construction. Go to statewide.com for info on Nova Wall and Clipso stretch fabrics. They need to build on the toughness that Harry Rulidev and Gitas Namiksha and Yassine Toomey have brought to the table. Hawaii's bigs have answered the call tonight. They need to keep out of foul trouble. Rulidev and Johnson both have two, but they have been example setters in this game. Hawaii needs to build on that, and defensively, Hawaii needs to be careful of Jurian Dixon. 11 points for him. He is one of those guys that when he sees the spotlight, he wants to get those big shots in, and we're starting to see him bubble up to that point through the first 20 minutes of play. We've seen Hawaii quarterbacks coach Chad Kapanui here. Micah Alihado is here. You're here in spirit. Hopefully, it feels like you're here. It is loud in here. 31-30, Hawaii leading UC Irvine at half. The second half when you return. You're listening to Hawaii Basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Here's the dream. Keep doing what you love. What drives you? What's your passion? Whether you're catching waves, climbing mountains, or playing with the grandkids, the choices you make now can help you keep living your life your way. At Hawaii Pacific Health, we're here to help you live healthier with preventive care and a personalized approach. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife.
At Dow Electric Supply, we're your local based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians, developers, utility companies, businesses, and homeowners. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
Have you been to Midas Hawaii?
Aloha, this is Tim, General Manager for Midas Hawaii. Here to introduce our unprecedented lifetime warranty on tires for the life of the tire. Our current synthetic oil change special is $89.99. That includes a free tire rotation, visual brake check, and battery check. We'll even look at your filters, fluids, belts, and hoses. Call any of our 10 Midas locations for more details. Our shops are 100% locally owned and operated by the Pereira family since 1977. We really are your destination for total car care. Brakes, tires, maintenance, safety checks available at all locations. We tell you what needs fixing now and what can wait. Visit MidasHawaii.com for an appointment or just stop by. Can't wait to see you. And remember, it always pays to have the Midas touch.
You came for this, we do that. So we might as well.
While Hawaii's public employees were hard at work, politicians in Washington handed billionaires massive tax breaks. Now Hawaii lawmakers may need to cut essential public services to cover the shortfall. That could mean inadequate food safety protections, fewer health services, and weakened public safety. When Hawaii calls, who will be there to answer? Tell your lawmakers, protect Hawaii's vital public services. A message from HGEA.
Hate your popcorn ceilings? Well, statewide GC and Construction offers a stretch fabric alternative to removing asbestos-infested ceilings that you will love. Don't be burdened with the danger, mess, and time-consuming process of scraping your ceiling. New Walls Fabric can cover it. New Walls Fabric is safe, cost-effective, and stylish. Most jobs are done in less than a week, and there is no move-out. Statewide GC and Construction is the exclusive dealer of New Walls of Hawaii. Go to statewidehawaii.com or call 808-689-4115 for details.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
Closing in on the start of half number 2. Hawaii 31. Hawaii UC Irvine 30. Back here at Lee's Family Forum here in Henderson. I'm Josh Pacheco. It is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championship, and it has been a doozy so far. Hawaii will have it to start the second half. Going from right to left on your device. It'll be Ruli Def who will inbound. Johnson, Finlinson, Bullock, Erickson also on the floor. UC Irvine, we haven't seen Akiva McBurney Griffin in a while. He is in here to start half number 2. Darren Saran, Kyle Evans, Jurian Dixon, Tama Isaac. Both teams going with their same starting fives. This game is so close, you really can now break this down in 4-minute sections. These two teams have been so evenly tight with one another. You've got to win the quarters here as Hawaii crosses the timeline going right to left to start the second half. Ruli Def above the elbow right. Squares, moves to Johnson, left angle, quick three. That's off the left iron. Ruli Def fighting for the rebound, has it. Tried to throw it out to Johnson near side. It was taken out of the air by McBurney Griffin. Ruli Def was kind of stuck toward the baseline. McBurney Griffin knew where that was going. He was able to pick it out. Dixon at the wing, gets Bullock off his block, steps back into a three and hits. Watch out for Jurian Dixon. We told you that at the break. He's giving UCI a 2-point lead, 33-31 off the triple. 19-20 to go, second half. Bullock near side wing, off the Ruli Def screen, gets in the lane, almost got it stripped out. Tries to throw it out for Johnson. We get a foul before UC Irvine was able to get a steal on it. They're going to give that to UCI. Foul is going to go on McBurney Griffin. His first. Bullock was caught trying to go off the screen. The defense really just kind of suctioned in on him at the free throw line. Inbound into Erickson. Guarded tightly by Saran, trying to rip it out of his hands. Gets one screen and will get what? A push on UCI. That's going to go on McBurney Griffin. He can't believe it. I mean, Johnson set a pretty gnarly screen on the side of Saran, but McBurney Griffin got his hand out, a little bit of a push, and that's what negated that. 19:03 to go second half, 33-31. Ruli Def angle left, lobs it for Johnson, lays it in midair. They had Evans away from the paint. Johnson going down the right side over McBurney Griffin. Nice lob. We're tied at 33. 18:50 to go second half. High slot left is Dixon. It's a screen from Evans who slips it. Dixon drives. Dixon to the rim. Hangs. Misses the two. It was Erickson on the help defense coming over, trying to challenge. Lots of body contact. He's called for his first foul. And that will send UC Irvine to the free throw line. Jurian Dixon's numbers, 16 a game. Leads the team. He's the best three-point shooter, 39.1%. Made threes. He's hit 68 of them coming into tonight. He can make that 70 now on the year. Misses the first free throw off the front rim. He is one of the few players in this conference that when the game gets later, he gets better. Bullock has shown flashes of that this year. So is Isaac Johnson for UH. Dixon second. That rolls around and in. UC Irvine back ahead 34-33 with 18:41 here in the second half. Kind of a zone pressure put on by UC Irvine, three-quarter court. Hawaii will break the mid-court line. And Erickson's got a standing right-handed dribble as the Anteaters now to 2-3 zone. Erickson, high post right, Ruliev poked out, but he recovers. To the left side, Erickson to the corner, Finlinson. Finlinson almost lost the dribble out to the sideline. Good pressure by Dixon. They get it back out to Erickson. Shot clock's at 6. Across the floor, right, Bullock. Leads in with the dribble. Pull up 12-footer in the lane. Got it. Bullock with 8. He's 2 of 6 from the floor. Bows back ahead. 35-34, 18:05 left. Isaac jogging into the front court. Dribbles over Evans, who was trying to set a screen. They move it far sideline for Dixon. Back to Evans, who hands it to Dixon. Dixon, hard dribble to the near side wing. Throws it up high angle left, McBurney. Griffin going toward the short corner on Ruliev. Twist, leans, top two. Just pushes it off the window and gets it to drop. Anteaters back ahead. Bullock racing down the floor. Goes up for 2, and he's fouled. McBurney Griffin was in there. He's going to pick up the foul, and that's number 3 on him. Bullock was trying to beat everybody down the floor, and he got kind of lucky because McBurney Griffin was right there, and it looked like his hand was on the ball, but there must have been some other contact that the official saw, as Bullock will shoot 2 free throws. First one for Dre, up and in. We're back square at 36. Harrison Carrington in for McBurney Griffin, who starts but doesn't play a lot. He only played a little over 3.5 minutes in the first. Second free throw is in. Hawaii 37, UC Irvine 36. We've got 17:39 to go. Hawaii's been in a man defense pretty much the entire way. Dixon off an Evans pick. Across the floor, right side slot, Sarad. Crossover dribble on Bullock. Moves it to the far wing. And Tama Isaac gets an Evans screen. Isaac gets in the lane. Cut off by Erickson. Bounces it across the paint. Knocked down by Johnson. Ruliev tried to grab it, but it stayed loose, and Johnson picks it up. Moves it ahead to Erickson. Gets a late screen from Johnson. Moves right wing to Ruliev. Leans to the free throw line. Throws it back out to Erickson. Hard dribble inside the arc left in the corner. Finlinson, 12 on the timer. Finlinson drives. Lane just slips out off the back iron. But he'll go to the free throw line. And that foul is going to go on Harrison Carrington. 2 on him. But you like that right now, Hawaii, it can be very easy against the UC Irvine team to just kind of stay out on the perimeter. Don't challenge Evans. Don't challenge the rim as first free throw hits the back rim and drops in. 38-36, but Hawaii has been aggressive. Hawaii has not shown fear for the most part. Getting in against UC Irvine's talented front court. Second free throw from Finlinson goes. Hawaii back by 3, 39-36. 16:58 to go in the second half. Isaac off of Carrington, spin runs right into Ruliev, and Ruliev just picked up his 3rd foul. Aggressively coming off the screen. Made a lot of contact. And he's going to have to come out of the game. Edis Namiksha is going to come in for him. That's the first real troublesome foul situation here for UH in the second half. Inbound to Isaac. That's straight from Carrington. One hands it to the right wing, and Dixon back up top to Carrington. Reverses right to Dixon, who centers the floor. 6 to shoot. Twists off his man. Dixon far wing with 3. Dixon looks inside. Carrington twists. Carrington turnaround 2. No good off the backboard and off the rim. And Bullock wants to push it up the floor himself. But what happened? Clocks didn't move. They're going to call a foul here on Hawaii. Nobody heard the whistle. Mamicha was called for a foul on the Carrington shot attempts. Hawaii fans looked perplexed. We just couldn't hear the whistle. And even with that, I still didn't see the foul. Giedis is first. Carrington, redshirt junior from Menlo Park, California, shooting 2. And his first one is in. 39-37 Hawaii. Born in New York, lived for a couple years in Tokyo, Japan. Been a key front court player off the bench. Hits the second foul shot. It's the Eaters within 1. 39-38 Hawaii, 16-31 and counting in the second half. Erickson across midcourt, leaning on Saran. Works over a double screen. Saran stays with him. High left to Finlinson. Moves back to the left wing. Johnson, quick triggers 3. That's too strong. Evans came out to challenge. Rebound, UC Irvine. They lob it ahead for Evans. Blocked from behind by the big fish. Here comes Bullock the other way for Hawaii. Johnson, top of the arc. Crossover dribble. Tries to drive. Lane line right. Poked out of his hands. Loose. Kept it going to Erickson. Erickson at the elbow right. Moves it left for Bullock. Wide open 3. Bang! Mows by 4. 42-38. 15:47 to go. Much needed 3 for Bullock, who's now got 13. Isaac driving lane line right, lost it out of bounds off his leg. It goes back to UH. Timeout with 15:39 to go. Hawaii 42, UC Irvine 38. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
When pain gets in the way of everyday life, it affects more than how you move. It changes how you show up for your family and your life. At Queens Orthopedics and Spine, patients receive nationally recognized care and advanced treatments to help them recover faster with better outcomes. So you can enjoy morning walks, get back in the game, and move comfortably again. Because at Queens, recovery is about more than healing. It's about getting back to life. Learn more at queens.org/ortho.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of BMW performance without a single piston or cylinder. A generation of all-electric vehicles designed and built like no other. The BMW iX, i7, and i4 revolutionize every drive into a thrilling opportunity to feel the pure rush of BMW 100% electric. But isn't that what you'd expect from the ultimate electric driving machine?
Find your BMW today with a test drive at BMW of Honolulu.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii 42, UC Irvine 38. We've got 15:39 to go in the second half. If you missed it earlier today, the Rainbow Wahine fell in the championship of the Credit Union One Big West Basketball Tournament, 60-48 to the 2-seed UC San Diego. The Tritons back to the NCAA tournament for a second consecutive year and second year of eligibility in the NCAA for postseason play. Hawaii season likely over at 22-11, 14-6 in the Big West, but winners of 14 of their final 15 conference games, and ultimately 16 of their last 18. An incredible run for the Rainbow Wahine coming to an end today. Hawaii getting a little bit here for Dre Bullock in the second half. 13 points for Dre. 7 of them here in the last 4 minutes plus. Isaac Johnson's got 14 points. But really the story now is Harry Ruliedeff's in foul trouble, and Hawaii's got to avoid Isaac Johnson being in that same peril. UCI's got Jester. They've got Carrington, Evans, Dixon, Henry, the 5 on the floor. Dixon is kind of finding his groove here in the moment. He's got a game-high 15 with 3 steals. Has knocked down a couple of threes. Hawaii goes Namiksha, Bullock, Toomey, Kerr, and Erickson on the floor. They will go right to left off of the turnover, going across the floor, right to left as we see it. Namiksha will bounce the inbound into Erickson. UC Irvine stunts the double team. They clear away, let Erickson get across midcourt. Near sideline, hands to Bullock. Bullock bounces to Toomey, angle left. Evans gives him space, hands to Erickson, rubs off of Toomey. Erickson to the corner right, Namiksha 3, that's off the back rim. Toomey offensive rebound, throws it out for Kerr. Kerr looks back in, finds Toomey above the post. Squares on Evans. Toomey spins, Toomey hesitates. Toomey for 2, that lips in. Right around Evans. 44-38, Hawaii back up by 6. 5 minutes elapsed here in the second frame. Henry off the screen. One hands it near side wing to Dixon. Dixon will get a left-handed pass out high left. Jester off the pick. Jester goes baseline, drives, kicks right corner. Henry open 3. That's in. Cuts the Hawaii lead in half. 44-41. UC Irvine has only taken 6 threes in this game. Good percentage, though, 4 of 6. 44-41, 14:35 to play. Erickson floats his pass high right slot to Toomey. Dribbles inside the arc to the free throw line, open for 2. Misses off the right rim. Evans grabs the rebound and gets the outlet to Jester coming up the floor near side. Hard drive in the lane by Erickson. Jester lost it on the way up, and it will go to UH. And Russell Turner walking right toward him saying, why? Why are you forcing the issue? That's now 12 turnovers on the Anteaters. 44-41 Hawaii, 14-13 to go. We've had 5 ties, 7 lead changes. Erickson off the screen to the right wing to Namiksha. Back straight away is Erickson. Reverses course, far free throw line extended. Kerr drives by his man, gets to the rim. High hard 2, no. Rebound by Toomey, tip, no. Hawaii believes it should have been a goaltend, no whistle. Back the other way comes Henry off an Evans pick. Kicks out up top to Jester, and now back high slot right Henry. Near wing, Dixon jabs, floats it to Carrington. Jump stop, Carrington in the lane. Gets an easy 2. 44-43, 13:38 left. UC Irvine not letting Hawaii extend out what has been its largest lead of 8. UC Irvine has led by no more than 4. Toomey inside the arc left. Dribbles on Evans. Pulls into a 14-footer. Misses that off the back rim. Toomey's capable of hitting those, but he's missed 2 consecutive. Chance for the lead for the Anteaters. Henry, high left. It's a late screen from Evans. Nearly stumbled off of it to Jester. Back to Evans. Touches it to Jester. Left lane line drive. Jester scoop 2. No, but he draws a foul and he'll head to the line. That's going to go on Yassine Toomey. Second on the big man. And right to the line goes Henry. Or excuse me, Jester, I beg your pardon. 68.6% from the line. Scored 9 off the bench yesterday in the semifinal against Seaside. The redshirt freshman has been a big contributor for UC Irvine this year. First and 2. Good. And we're tied for the 6th time. We're tied at 44. Dixon will get a breather. So will Evans. Saran and Chol re-enter. Hawaii's got Johnson, Namiksha, Kerr, Bullock, and Finlinson on the floor. Second foul shot. Jester misses off the back rim. Rebound tip to Bullock. Still square at 44. 7 minutes elapsed, second half. Kerr between the circles. Looks left, finds Bullock rolling off the screen. Has it high left, moves up top to Johnson. Skips right wing, Kerr, wide open 3. Knocks it down. Hawaii back ahead by 3. 47-44. 12:44 left. That's the first 3 for Kerr tonight. Now Henry, right off the screen, leads in at the free throw line, stumbles and kicks left corner. Saran wants to answer, and does, with Kerr right in his grill. Saran, they're going to call that a 2. It's 47-46. Bullock driving. Up top, Johnson fakes the pass. Tried to skip it, left corner, taken out of the air by Carrington. Ahead right, Saran at the wing. He'll penetrate left of the lane, leans in. Saran towing the baseline, circles back out with a bounce, keeps dribbling, throws out left wing Henry back to Saran. They're going to have to reset. Getting to Henry, far side of the low block. Chol, mismatch with Kerr. Chol leaning, passes across the lane for Carrington. His two is rejected by Isaac Johnson. Johnson comes up with his second block. Bullock the other way, slowing it down with under 12 to go. Bullock inside the arc, moves it right wing. Kerr will try again. That three's good. Kerr off the bench is in double digits. 50-46. Hawaii ahead, 11:35 to go. Saran racing the other way inside the paint. Drive stripped out by Bullock and taken away. Bullock's got a 2-on-1. Passes left for Finlinson. Stripped out of his hands, and they're going to call a foul on Henry. Russell Turner believes otherwise. Henry second. Eaters fans jeer at the call, and we have a timeout. Kerr has scored the last 6. Hawaii's ahead 50-46, 11:26 to go. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Since 1940, the Hawaii Ironworkers Union Local 625 has been servicing and supporting our local sports community. As members, they would like to wish all the student athletes a successful and memorable sports season. Hawaii Ironworkers Union Local 625, where steel is real.
Superheroes are everywhere, and you'll find these everyday heroes at 535 Plumbing LLC.
My superhero fixed my overflowing toilet fast and effectively. He explained the problem and took care of everything.
If you need a superhero, call 535 Plumbing for drain cleaning, faucet installs, pipe repair, water heater replacement, new flow pipe relining, repiping, and new construction. Look to 535 Plumbing everyday superheroes with 24-hour emergency service and repair. Go to 535plumbing.com today.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up Monday, the brackets are set for March Madness. We'll have those for you. Plus the latest from the WBC, the NBA, and comedian Derek Stroop joins us in studio. That's Monday's Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Honolulu, Hawaii's sports leader.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
11:26 remaining. It is 50-46. Hawaii ahead of UC Irvine, the winner onto the NCAA tournament. Hawaii playing its final game as a member of the Big West Conference. Of course, most of the sports will head to the Mountain West. Men's volleyball, water polo, a couple of others will stay in the Big West. So Hawaii's still going to be an affiliate member of this conference, but it is the last time Hawaii will be at this venue. The Mountain West play about 15-20 minutes away from here in Las Vegas at the Thomas and Mack Center, which is the home of UNLV, which, funny enough, has not been kind to UNLV. I think they haven't made the championship in 12 years in the Mountain West tournament. It's their home floor. Hasn't worked out for them, even with a new coach this year in Josh Pastner. So Hawaii will still bring crowds, will still be in the Ninth Island next year, and most everybody makes the Mountain West tournament, unlike the Big West, where it's 8 out of 11 who qualify here. One of the differences, and Matt Elliott talked about it with us, I think it was off air yesterday, that right now they play the women's tournament first, then the men. And in a lot of the big conferences, the women finish their seasons the Sunday, they get the week off, and then there's selection Sunday. So the big women's tournaments kind of get out of the way of the men's championships. Something they're kind of talking about, maybe combining the men's and women's tournaments again, whereas of right now, it is separate. I'm sure Hawaii fans would love to see them crunch together instead of having to make a decision. Do you want to be here for one of the two, or do you want to be here for over a week to watch Hawaii basketball? As Isaac Finlinson to the free throw line, misses the first free throw short. Hawaii 8 of 11 from the foul line. Finlinson is 4 points and 3 rebounds in this game. Second free throw. That's off the front iron and misses. Rebound grabbed by Harrison Carrington. Finlinson was 2 points and a rebound shy of a double-double last night in that semifinal against Cal State Fullerton. 50-46 Hawaii, 11:13 to go. Dixon off an Evans pick. Dribbles to the far side of the court, underhands it left Carrington, back up top Evans. High right side goes to Henry with 9 on the timer. Kerr stays with him off the screen. Henry, lane line drive right, hesitates. Demetra cuts him off. Henry fades, misses the 2. Rebound, Evans and Johnson. Johnson rips it out of his hands. We'll get a held ball, and the possession arrow is going to keep it with UCI. Clearly, there is no love lost between UC Irvine and Hawaii. And Johnson, that extra little rip of the ball out of Evans' hands just for emphasis. Saran looking to inbound, throws it in about 28 feet away for Henry, far side of the court. Off the screen, Henry leading on Johnson, stumbles, hits the 2. As Johnson was trying to reach in and rip the ball away, he couldn't. Anteaters cut the lead in half once again, 50-48, Hawaii, 10:43 remaining. Johnson cutting, finding Finlinson, passes out of his reach. Johnson tried to bounce it to Finlinson behind the defense. The ball was a little bit low. Finlinson couldn't grab it. Hawaii turns it over for the 11th time. Hunter Erickson's had a long breather off the bench. He'll come in for Finlinson. As UC Irvine walks it up left to right on your device, trailing by 2, 50-48, 10:31 left. Henry passes top of the arc to Evans. The DHO left for Dixon. Tries to drive right of the lane, leans in, fades over. Johnson is able to get that to go. Kind of a one-hander outside of the paint right, and we're tied once again at 50. 10-12 to play. That's the 7th tie of this game. Erickson between the rings. Hard dribble left, kicks to the wing. Johnson 3. That's off the back iron. Long rebound. Tipped out goes to Erickson. Johnson will drive baseline on Evans. Johnson to the rim. Hangs and gets it in off the glass. Bows back ahead, 52-50. 9:52 remaining. Johnson trying to force his will in this game. Henry leaning with the dribble, right side of the paint. Turns, twists, trying to pass it out to Dixon. Taken out of the air by Bullock. He'll slow down to the right side wing, let everybody get back. Johnson throws it out for Kerr between the big rings. Standing there, waiting for everybody to move. Johnson goes to set a screen. Instead, they'll pass it to Demetra. Back up top, Kerr will lob it to the post. Johnson leaning on Evans. Double team comes. Johnson forces it up and still gets it in. Right in front of 2 defenders. 18 points for Isaac Johnson. It's 54-50. Saran the other way, driving baseline. His 2 too strong. Rebound, Carrington loses it. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Bullock at the baseline. He wants Hawaii to look at it. He believes the call should be different. Clay Wilson is looking at one of the tablets on the bench. And let's see. Hawaii is not going to challenge it. Inbound thrown in, baseline far side. This is Carrington, squares on Demetra, leans in on him. Carrington turning, middle of the paint, leans, right hand, baby hook, no, rebound tipped out, and it's right at Kerr, who's fouled by Dixon. That ball was tapped out by UC Irvine. Kerr was in the right spot, tapped it out, and Dixon made contacts. His first foul, that's team number 4. So Erickson will get across midcourt. One-on-one with Jester. Pass left side corner for Kerr. Looks into the post. Ruleneff with his 3 fouls against Evans. Ruleneff backing him in. Turning. Kicks out. Erickson. Angle 3 is gone! First points for Hunter Erickson tonight. The lead is 7. Dre Bullock asking the crowd to engage. 8:30 to go. 57-50 Hawaii. Henry walking with his dribble right near the edge of the midcourt logo. High right to Saran. Off a screen from Evans. Kicks left wing. Henry won't take the 3. 10 to shoot. Now off an Evans pick. Henry inside the arc. Leaning, turning, fading from 14. Misses short. Good box out by Ruleneff on Evans. And he gets the rebound. And Bullock will slow it down, hand it to Kerr. And they're going to run something with under 8 to go. Kerr, pass deflected out of bounds. It will stay with Hawaii, who will inbound on the near sideline when we come back. 7:55 to go. Hawaii 57, UC Irvine 50. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
I'm Hal.
I'm Jerry.
I'm Kehao.
We got your lumber.
We've got your hardware.
Bring your lumber list.
Email us your list.
Bring me your blueprint.
We've got you covered.
Get a quote from us.
Itayo listahan nyo kanya.
Get a quote from us.
Get a quote from us.
We've got you covered.
We love our customers.
Go where the contractors go. Hardware Hawaii. Contractor's choice.
Here's the dream. Keep doing what you love. What drives you? What's your passion? Whether you're catching waves, climbing mountains, or playing with the grandkids, the choices you make now can help you keep living your life your way. At Hawaii Pacific Health, we're here to help you live healthier with preventive care and a personalized approach. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
We've got 7:55 to go. It is 57-50, and right now the officials are at the monitor. As we went to break, there was a collision that took place between what looked like Tanner Cuff and one of the UC Irvine players. Cuff went down to the ground. This was right near the Hawaii huddle. Cuff seemed to be clapping, may not have been toward anybody in particular, but the officials went to the monitor to go look at this, and I'm wondering what the result of this is going to be. Two of the officials right now are in the Hawaii huddle talking to Iran Ganat. This will be interesting what comes of this. Now, they haven't announced here on the microphone. Usually we hear the officials tell us what they're reviewing, but we have not heard that. But something clearly has come from this that we're learning. Now, Cuff was clapping. There was contact that was made with a UC Irvine player who then kind of stepped to the side of him, put his hands up, kind of like, I didn't mean to make contact. You know, that was Jester. That was Jester who made the contact with Cuff. But I'm kind of curious how they look at this, because to me, it looked like Cuff was just clapping out of the huddle. I don't know how these officials are going to view it. Again, we're kind of shielded from what's going on. These officials are still discussing what's going on. So we're going to watch it one more time here. Cuff is out clapping. He's not looking at anybody. Jester comes in. Kind of his chest goes right into Cuff, who stumbles. Remember, Cuff is hurt. Keep that in mind, too. And then there's kind of a little kind of reach out. We're going to go tell television. Yeah. Ooh. I'm curious how they have just given a bench technical to UH. So they gave a technical to UH. They're saying whatever Cuff did with kind of his arm based on the video is how they're going to rule this. That is the worst possible thing. You're not playing in this game.
Monitor review. Wait. Contact dead ball technical foul against Hawaii's bench. We also have a contact dead ball on Irvine, number 9. Those penalties will offset. Will inbound the ball on the side with Hawaii on 17 on the shot clock.
All right, so they offset. So you got one on Cuff, so that's the bench, and then the other one on Jester. So double technicals. Hawaii will inbound. They go left corner for Erickson as we're back to play. Erickson looking in. They'll float to Rulidev, about 14 feet away, back to the basket. Tried to look inside for Namik, knocked down by Evans. Back to Rulidev, though. It's 7. Rulidev turning, trying to hook around Evans. Right-hander off the right side. No. Evans grabs the rebound. And here comes Saran the other way. Top of the arc for Evans. Looks left. Moves high to Henry. Henry, one-handed near side, Saran. Crossover on Erickson. He'll go left of the lane. Dishes underneath for Evans, who is wide open on the roll right side. It's 57-52. Evans has been quiet offensively. He's got just 6 points, but he has 8 rebounds. He has been forceful in the paint in some areas. Turb, baseline drive right, goes up for 2. It's denied by Evans, the help defender. And the loose ball goes to Saran. They push ahead right. Henry, right of the lane, stops at the low block, bounce pass, and finds Saran. Cutting middle of the paint, gets the 2. And UC Irvine is back within 3. Hawaii's asking Hunter Erickson to get across midcourt so they can use a timeout. 6:52 to go. And all of a sudden, UC Irvine's making another push. We'll step away. Hawaii 57, UC Irvine 54. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
At Dow Electric Supply, we're your local-based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians, developers, utility companies, businesses, and homeowners. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
While Hawaii's public employees were hard at work, politicians in Washington handed billionaires massive tax breaks. Now Hawaii lawmakers may need to cut essential public services to cover the shortfall. That could mean inadequate food safety protections, fewer health services, and weakened public safety. When Hawaii calls, who will be there to answer? Tell your lawmakers, protect Hawaii's vital public services. A message from HGEA.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
.652 remaining. Hawaii holding on to a 57-54 lead on UC Irvine. The Bows have led for a little over 22 minutes as compared to UC Irvine just over 5. But right now the Anteaters have taken a little bit of that momentum back, and you could maybe argue that double technical kind of cooled the sails a little bit, and the Anteaters have kind of just reinforced what they are good at, which is getting the ball into the paint. Meantime, if you're looking for University of Hawaii baseball, they're in the top of the 8th inning at Bull Diamond at Blair Field. Long Beach State leads Hawaii 7-5. That game is on the new 1420, Hawaii's News and Sports. This is an awesome, awesome crowd. Announced attendance 3,488. I don't know if that ends up being the record. I'll have to go ask the Big West if that's the case. But it is a solid, solid crowd. Hawaii will inbound right at the head of its bench, attacking the goal to our left. Bullock to inbound, Rulideff, Erickson, Kerr, and Johnson, the 5 on the floor. Inbound goes into Hunter Erickson. Moves it high slot left to Rulideff, back to Erickson, top right to Kerr, back straight away Rulideff. Moves it above the wing to Erickson, near side, up top, Bullock off the screen. Hesitates with the dribble, twists on Dixon, back high right, Kerr with 4, into the corner right. Rulideff with 2, drives, spins it up off the window and in. Rulideff making something out of that with the timer winding down. 59-54, Hawaii with 6:21 remaining. Isaac back in the game, slows it down. Right side wing, Saran drives on Erickson, leans, hangs over Johnson, misses, but the tap back by Evans on the opposite side of the paint puts it back in. 59-56, Hawaii by 3. 6:05 left to play. Erickson just above the wing left, finds Rulideff top of the arc. Open 3. That's good! The captain with a straight-on triple. 62-56, 5:51 to go. That 3 brought to you by Dial Electric Supply. They see the light. 5:43 remaining. Isaac top of the key. Goes high right to Saran. Saran leans in, kicks left. Henry wants to answer, and does! From 25 feet away, left side of the floor. Back to a 3-point game. 62-59, 5:25 left. These two teams have gone toe-to-toe all night. Erickson, right slot Kerr, the high post. Erickson, Ruledeff, one hand, two, way off, left off the backboard. And here comes Saran. Saran inside the arc, retreats out, finds Dixon right. Mismatch on Johnson. But instead moves it far side of the court to Saran into the wing, Henry. 5 minutes to go. Dixon has it between the circles. Steps into a three. Johnson got a piece of it. Dixon hits the deck. Hawaii gets the loose ball on the air ball. They'll give credit to Johnson, I think, for the block as Erickson gets it into Big Fish. Evans on his back to the left wing. Kerr for three. That's off the back iron. Rebound tipped in the air. Won by Bullock. Bullock, second chance. Missed the one-hand jam off the back rim. Loose ball to Erickson. Goes near side for Johnson. Skip pass right. Ruledeff, three. Off the back iron. Johnson rebound. Puts it in. Hawaii had 4 chances at the rim. 64-59. 4:19 to go. Hawaii has won the offensive battle on the board 16-11, and it is shown in key moments. Evans leaning in, low block left, reverse on Johnson. That's no good. Isaac the rebound and gets it out for Kerr. 4 minutes left. 5-point Hawaii lead. The Bows slowing it down. Anteaters in a 2-3 zone. Kerr floats it to the elbow right. Ruledeff leans in. Ruledeff stumbling at the baseline. Turns at the baseline. And we have a whistle and a double dribble call that goes against Hawaii. 3:49. Let's catch our breath. Hawaii 64. UC Irvine 59. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hate your popcorn ceilings? Well, statewide GC and Construction offers a stretch fabric alternative to removing asbestos-infested ceilings that you will love. Don't be burdened with the danger, mess, and time-consuming process of scraping your ceiling. New Walls Fabric can cover it. New Walls Fabric is safe, cost-effective, and stylish. Most jobs are done in less than a week, and there is no move-out. Statewide GC and Construction is the exclusive dealer of New Walls of Hawaii. Go to statewidehawaii.com or call 808-689-4115 for details.
Ready for UH football, man?
Yep, check this out.
Oh.
The round sound, that works.
Oh, I ready, bro.
Yeah, watch this.
How come the blender went off?
Huh?
The blender in the kitchen went off, bro.
Nah.
Try again.
Oh, man.
Okay, we can make some like a fruit smoothies.
When you want your home or business wired right, call a unionized electrical contractor. 847-5341.
IBEW, Local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
This is the Credit Union One Big West Men's Basketball Championships on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii 64, UC Irvine 59. We've got 3:49 to go. Winner to the NCAA tournament. Loser hosts the NIT. We've learned, courtesy of not just Dan Butterly, but the commissioner of the conference, also Stephen Tsai, put it out on social media. If Hawaii were to lose this game, and right now Hawaii's in the driver's seat, the NIT game would be Wednesday at Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. There are a lot of people hoping right now Hawaii does not have to host an NIT game. They'd like to get to the NCAA tournament after a 10-year absence. They've got 3:49 to try to get it done. Leading scorers. Hawaii right now has 4 players on the floor in double-digit scoring. Isaac Johnson's got 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 blocks. Dre Bullock, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals. 12 for Harry Ruledeff, 1 rebound shy of a double-double, which would be his second consecutive double-double. Isaiah Kerr's knocked down some mammoth threes here in the last few minutes. He's got 10 points. UC Irvine is led in this game. 17 from Jurian Dixon, 13 for Darren Saran, 12 for Andre Henry. 3:45 left. High left Saran, hands to Henry. One hands it back to Saran, free throw line extended right, off the screen from Evans. They give it to Evans off the roll. Back out to Saran, 13 to shoot. Evans sets another screen. Saran pulls up, free throw line 2. Barely hits the rim, gets his own rebound. Put back, no, may have been tipped by Ruledeff. Evans under the rebound. He's blocked by Dimitra from behind. Loose ball goes out to Ruledev. With Evans' body turned to the side, Namik just somehow got a hand on that. UC Irvine in a 2-3 zone now. Erickson top of the arc. Near side angle Bullock. Back to Erickson straight away. 10 to shoot. Erickson right slot to the wing. Bullock 7 to shoot. Bullock with 5. Erickson straight on 3. That's off the back rim. Rebound tip far baseline. Saved in bounds by Henry. He'll bring it back for UC Irvine. By the way, Hawaii has blocked 9 shots in this game. Wait, here is Isaac. He'll step into a 3 at the angle. Misses short. Rebound for Ruledev. There's his double-double. 12 points, 10 rebounds. 3rd career double-double, 2nd in as many games. 2:33 remaining. And Erickson, a standing dribble right of the midcourt circle. Chest pass near side to Bullock. Right back to Erickson. To the angle right and Kerr. Erickson again top of the arc. Again, Kerr right. 1 dribble back to Erickson. 6 to shoot. Erickson left for Bullock. Will take a 3 left side. That's off the back rim. Rebound, tap 3, loose at the baseline, and out of bounds. Last touch by Hawaii. UC Irvine has missed its last 6 shots. They have not scored in nearly 3.5 minutes. And a big time now for Isaac Johnson to re-enter the game. Foul trouble right now on each side. Currently not an issue. We're going to go mano-a-mano the last 2 minutes. 64-59 UH. High side left is Henry. Uses an Evans pick. Kerr stays with him. Henry leaning low block right. Turns, fades in the paint. Misses short. Rebound goes to Johnson. That's a tough 2, but again, Kerr has played great defense off the bench all season long. Stayed right with him off the screen. Under 2, we got 1:41 left. Shot clock's at 13. Erickson, pass near side wing for Kerr. Defender almost overplayed off the screen. Top of the arc, Johnson. 7 to shoot. Johnson twists. Dribbles right of the lane. Leans in on Evans. Running 2. That's in! Little baby hook off the pass. 6:59. 1:23 left. Isaac quickly to the front court. Across the floor left. Henry finds Dixon. Dixon high left against Bullock. Across right goes to Sarad. Off a pick. Sarad dribbles, finds Dixon, spinning top of the arc, leans in, floating 2 in the paint. That rolls out. Rebound goes to Bullock. And this Hawaii crowd is loving every second of it. Bullock gets it stripped away, though, and a foul called on Isaac. Third on Isaac. 1:02 left. 66-59. UC Irvine has 3 timeouts to use, 2 30s and a full. Hawaii has a 30 and a full, 2 left. The other thing to note, UCI is not in the bonus. Hawaii has only committed 5 fouls here in the second half. Hawaii's in the bonus the remainder of the way. 13 for Dre Bullock with 7 rebounds. He will shoot 1 and 1. Front end is up. No good off the back rim. Dixon the rebound, and he's going to race. Bounces ahead right to Sarad. Back to Dixon. Use the dribble inside the arc. Bounce pass left for Evans. Gets the 2 to go, and he's fouled by Johnson. Tried to challenge the shot off the bounce pass left of the lane. Johnson called for the foul. It's now a 5-point contest, and Evans can make it 4 at the free throw line. Third foul on Big Fish. Evans to the free throw line to try to convert the 3-point play. Free throw up and in. 66-62. UC Irvine 15 of 17 from the foul line. Inbound to Kerr. Double team is there. Kerr's in trouble in the corner, and Hawaii uses one of its remaining 2 timeouts. And Hawaii needed to because Kerr was in a really bad way. His body was kind of tilted toward the floor. This is going to be a full timeout. No, they're going to call it a 30, I beg your pardon. So 51.8 to play, 66-62. Hawaii leading UC Irvine. Trip to the NCAA tournament is on the line. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Credit Union 1 Big West Men's Basketball Championship on ESPN Honolulu.
This is ESPN Honolulu, KHKA AM 1500 and K224FR Honolulu, 92.7 FM.
Josh Pacheco, our outstanding team here in Henderson. We're at Lee's Family Forum, Hawaii 66, UC Irvine 62. We've got 51.8 on the clock. Hawaii's going to inbound, and it's going to be in a tough place. I believe it's going to be far corner baseline. You can't run the baseline because the ball was already entered in and a timeout was called. So Erickson's in a bad spot here. Bullock, Rulid F, Johnson, Kerr on the floor. Erickson to trigger it in. Still looking, will lob it in. It finds Johnson. We'll throw it back to Erickson. Races across midcourt, jump stop, bounces in, lost it. Taken away by Jester, deflected over to Dixon. His toe is swatted from behind by Bullock. Swatted it off the backboard, knocked it out of bounds. It will go to UC Irvine. Hawaii fortunate off the turnover to get its 10th block of the game. It'll be UCI basketball. 26 to shoot, 41.4 to play. Inbound going at the baseline. Throw it in right corner. Dixon, double team is there. Gets it inside to Evans. Gets the two off the window and in. 66-64. Johnson was out guarding in the perimeter. That left Evans with a mismatch. Johnson across midcourt off the dribble. Floats it inside for Rulid F. Gets the two to go. Beating the pressure. 68-64. 30 seconds left. Isaac hurries ahead to Henry. Back to Isaac. Right side wing. Saran off the dribble three. Air ball. Loose inside. It goes to Rulid F. Gets it away to Bullock. Bullock is fouled. No, they didn't call it. Bullock, the jam, and the exclamation mark. 70-67. UC Irvine ahead. Three ball thrown up. Out of bounds. It's an air ball. You can taste it now. Hawaii is 11 seconds away from a trip to the NCAA tournament. Erickson baseline near side. Looking in, throws it in, finds Rulid F. Double team, fouled. With 10 seconds flat on the clock. Dre Bullock exhorting the Hawaii crowd behind the bench to make some noise as they show the dunk on the big board. 1-1 here for Rulid F. Double-double for Rulid F in this game, his second consecutive. First free throw is in. 71-64. What a moment here for the captain. His final year has persevered through a lot. A chance to continue his career. Second free throw, no good off the back rim. Rebound loose on the floor. Rulid F wins it. It's tapped out. Kerr fighting for it. Has it. Far sideline. Down to 2 seconds. The clock will expire. And Hawaii is on to the NCAA tournament. Hawaii 71. UC Irvine 64. The NCAA tournament awaits after 10 long years for the Rainbow Warriors. You knew there would be drama in this game. Two teams that aren't fond of one another. And that bitter battle comes to a head tonight. Hawaii's season is on to the NCAA tournament. What a moment for Hawaii in its final game as a member of the Big West Conference. Laurent Ganot's family trying to come onto the floor. Coach Ganot with hugs to fans. Micah Alejado, his wife, his daughter, a long embrace. It has been a decade since Hawaii has been able to celebrate an opportunity like this. They haven't been to this title game in 10 years.